Hey guys, welcome to JPT. I'm Carson G.
I'm Maximus J.
And this is Just Plain Tech. So today's video, this is actually a community recommendation. Thank you so much, by the way. We are looking at Remix OS versus Puppy Linux. Which one is really best for a daily driver? My thoughts on Remix OS. So I have tried this out and I booted it. One, it didn't boot normally, whatever. It took like 30 minutes and didn't do anything. So I had to boot it in the guest mode, which still took about 10 minutes to boot, which even though it's a live CD, is still super ridiculous. It shouldn't take 10 minutes like ever. That's a very long time. The Play Store doesn't work. It was out of date, since if we look here, it's 2022. Latest version of this operating system is based off Android 6.0 Marshmallow, which is a super old version of Android. I had to update the Play Store manually. It was updated and it still didn't install anything. I tried to get a screen recorder up and running. I installed like 5 different ones and nothing would work. Half of them wouldn't even launch. And I mean, that's kind of what you expect. Android is supposed to run on ARM and you're not going to get a very good experience trying to run it on x86.
As for Puppy Linux, in comparison to that of, say, Remix OS, even though it is considered one of the more dismembered or simpler Linux distributions, it still does work very well. For example, in terms of the package manager, we have Puppy Package Manager, which even though it isn't as basic as, say, the Android package manager, it still does show stuff like the Cinnamon desktop environment, and it is a bit more open rather than the servers that are controlled by solely Google and not by, say, the community. So far, in terms of people who are not experienced, it should be fairly easy for them to find what they need, like the web browser's here, the file browser's here, everything's here, and it all has an icon to correspond to it. And yes, that does happen on Android, but there aren't that many options on the home screen. You gotta scroll around. In terms of the setup, it looks fairly versatile in comparison, like Sound Internet Printer, rather than you having to scroll through several things at once. You can simply just get on with your life and fix what you need to, rather than having to go to the top of the search or going through the little fine details, since on some Android distributions you can't even change settings. And not to mention the multiple desktops that come. This is running off of a live CD, but what you are seeing is 3 desktops. In Android or Remix OS, you only got 1, and you kind of have to live with that. But other than that, it's quite a stable distribution of Linux. It even has Sudoku. I like the red.
So which one should you use on a daily basis? Remix OS didn't really work. I booted eventually, but aside from half the apps not working, especially the Play Store, there was actually no installer that I saw. So how are you actually supposed to get it installed on your computer? And then Maximus, your thoughts on Puppy?
Well, in terms of Puppy Linux, even though it is slightly more, I'd like to say skeletal rather than being smooth, it does work. The package manager is proven to work, and everything runs smoothly, and you only have to wait about 45 seconds and compared to 10 minutes of booting.
Yeah.
However, FuzzPup, thank you.
We had to get the older version. Yeah. Bionic Pup, 32-bit or 64-bit. We went with 64-bit, but it's probably fine whichever way, and that's our decision, because Remix OS just flat out didn't work. Puppy Linux we could get working, so... And of course it's Linux, so you can modify it to get it working if it doesn't. Remix OS are much more limited.
I guess you could say that Puppy Linux isn't as rough.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.